Ezra will read aloud. And what feedback would you like, Hugh?
What people liked, what could use improvement, anything they felt that was missing.
Okay.
And what's the little background of this scene?
This is at the academy before Tobai is taken to the mainland with Narubo to face the monster. Tobai has lived a very sheltered life there at the academy, and this magic has waned over time, and other people are better than he is, and his teacher hasn't treated him very well, but is suddenly taking him on a trip. And away we go.
Okay.
And it says his cell. Was he in jail or prison or something?
No, a cell is also a place where people live, like monks or nuns, or their room is called a cell.
Got it. Yep. Great. Tobias secured the shutters of his cell to keep out the hammering rain. The narrow room, lit by a single candle, was barely big enough for his bed and a tiny table and chair. The dampness filled the room, making it feel even more cramped. He settled on the edge of his bed and shut his eyes, concentrating on the pattering sound outside, letting the sounds drown out his anxious thoughts. He inhaled a bit of chill and wrapped his arms around his torso as his brown robes failed to warm him. He hated whenever the Master of Storms let bad weather in, even if only a few times a year. But it was needed to keep a balance between magic and nature. But no magic in student cells was the rule, though his warming spells never amounted to much anyway. He opened his weary eyes and studied a worn tapestry on the rough stone wall. As he had 1,000 times, he scanned the black geometric rank and achievement symbols drawn row after row. He had more than a majority of the academic ones, but his magic skills weren't even the level of someone half his age. His gaze reached the master symbol at the end of the last row, a complex overlay of lines and curves, but no larger and no more prominent than the others. It was, in truth, mammoth and so far away. Tobai jolted when someone pounded on the door. Come in? Only one person knocked on a door like that. Narubo pushed the thick wooden door open, as if he were trying to hit something behind it. We're going to the mainland tomorrow, Tobai. He gripped the door handle, his knuckles flexing. The mainland? Tobai hadn't been to the mainland in over 10 years. Oh, the mainland. What are... It had been a quick trip then. All he remembered was running around. After Narubo, another student, Palarfa, who had since become a master himself. Was it to get supplies? Rare ingredients? He didn't recall much besides feeling scared at the strangeness of non-mages and wanting to go home. Home. A place where he never fit in, but a place nonetheless familiar and safe. What would it feel like now to be there?
So we'll stop here.
Well,
Great. Thank you.
That's a good stopping place.
Yeah. Okay, good. Great. So what did you like? What would you improve? What did you feel was missing in this moment?
one of my favorite things was the description of the tapestry. It revealed to me how he meditates and also a reflection of his achievements and lack of achievements and how he feels about it.
Yeah, we learned a lot about him. Great. Thank you. Yeah, other things that people liked about this.
The tapestry really caught me as well, to be honest. And I don't know, of course, if it's described earlier, if this is the first time we encounter it, but it immediately gave me questions like, is this a magical tapestry? Like, how does it keep track? Are they patches? Is it like magical symbols, etc.? A big chunk of me wanted to learn even more about this and what it means and how it works.
And I read it as not magical, but it's like a Boy Scout sash
Mhm.
that has all these patches on
Mhm.
achievements, and so that's how I took it as.
Yeah, yeah, could
Yeah, I should have made it clear, but the tapestry is a summary of all the achievements you could get, and there is a way to aspire to something, and he sees symbols on there that he's achieved and others that he hasn't.
so it's like a poster on the wall.
It's like a poster. These are all the things you can get, and you check them off a list. And the master one at the bottom, at the end of the row, just seems very far away for him.
Yeah,
Mm.
I get that.
I really liked knowing that the place was cold and also knowing that there was this balance that they needed to keep between magic and nature. That was intriguing, and I wanted to hear more, not let's say here, but thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Great. It feels like this is a quiet moment in the story and where things are about to start. So I know we were talking about pacing earlier. It feels there's a little bit of a moment of quiet, which I really like when he's contemplating. I guess I was hoping that the pacing would pick up right here in the dialogue. So that the
Yeah.
contemplation about the previous trip would be put somewhere else, maybe. That's just my suggestion.
That makes sense to me because I wanted to stay with Naruto and Tobai and their interaction.
Yeah. Yep. That's my general.
And then, like, a counter response would be if it's so interesting to have their interaction, couldn't we build more suspense by not addressing it right away?
No, I like that idea actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't necessarily reveal immediately why he's there. Just maybe make Tobai worry about it a little bit.
Oh, I see.
And then that could draw out the suspense if you wanted.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything that they might wish to see in this scene or that they're curious about that they don't see here yet?
I think Beth, you once mentioned how sometimes like grammar will stop you
Yes.
before giving feedback. And I did feel like in the second sentence, I had this enormous urge to start rearranging commas. So I got a little stuck there as a reader just because I like the narrow room comma. um and I wanted to remove the comma before the word and so I had the same experience of grammar and punctuation stopped me there.
Yeah. Yeah. I too wanted to rearrange the sentence, but put this lit by a candle, or maybe we need a verb here.
They can get rid of one of the ands. Enough for his bed, a tiny table and chair.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew something.
That was it. What's
There-
bothering you?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right, Diana. You could put a comma here. The narrow room, lit by a single candle, was barely big enough for his bed, a tiny table, and chair. And if you're doing the Oxford comma, you'll probably want to put a comma here.
Right.
I'm a fan of the Oxford comma.
Out it goes then. Great. Anything else?
No, I said I am a fan of it.
Oh, you are a
You
fan.
are.
Then in it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, me too. Great. Any comments from you, Nicole? And or Trent, if you have any comments, post them in the chat.
It was pretty good.
Good. You liked it?
Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
I said we both write fantasy, so what can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Appreciate fantasy. That's great. Good. I think that's it for now. Yeah.
That's right.
Anything
Yeah.
else you're wondering about, Hugh? Did we answer your question?
Yeah, this is great. I love the suggestions. The details of the trip to the mainland, I think, are not relevant here. And a good idea, Ezra, to just to keep a little suspense on what's going on.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking he was deep in thought and he was just jolted out of it. So let's hold on to that a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice. And I wasn't sure if this was a typo or what it meant. You have Naruto push the thick wooden door open as if you were trying to hit something behind it. I didn't know if that meant to hide. Do you want to hide?
Yeah, if somebody was like as if somebody was hiding behind the door, he was opening up, like he was trying to hit something behind it.
Yeah. Like I shoved the door open to
Yeah.
hit whatever's behind it with the door.
Yeah.
Ooh, got it. He's
In
saying
the door, or
shoving.
whatever. I don't know.
Maybe so instead of something, maybe you could say the wall. Or right?
Yeah. It's just the way he opened up the door.
Yeah.
Very forceful. So he shoved the thick wooden as if trying to hit the wall behind it.
Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
makes me think of Lenny and Squiggy when they first come into Laverne and Shelley's place.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Loved that when they did that. He flung the door open and said, hello.
Hello.
And I think Kramer did that on Seinfeld.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lenny?
He was always kicking the door open and
Oh my God.
walking right in.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, I feel like you described Nerubo so well. You give him such personality that it could be nice to see Tobias' opinion of Nerubo or reaction. Because that's a personality I feel like you would react to.
Yeah. Oh, add that in, Beth. Yeah.
I'm going to add that in. Da-da, and Tobias' reaction. Yeah. Does he jolt? He's been in his quiet mode. Yeah.
It was enough, I think.
Oh, there was a knock. Yeah, he already did jolt.
The knock, there was a knock, and maybe I shouldn't have Toby say, come in. Maybe he knocks on the door and then opens it, like half-heartedly being polite.
Okay, great. So knock and then just open, right?
Perfect.
Actually, that's not how you spell knock.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate the feedback. It's really useful.
Right. Excellent. Good.
Yeah, you can fix as many of my commas as you want.
Oh, good.
Thanks.